Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back once again, and I am here to talk Impact Wrestling. In particular, the most recent episode of Impact Wrestling. It was really good. We had many things. We had a fantastic X Division match to start off, many highlights of the show. LAX had a good segment, had a pretty good main event as well. But in particular, I'm here to talk about the segment from EC3 and James Storm. It was, well, I gotta say, between that and the opening X Division match, I would go with the EC3 segment. It was probably the highlight of the night, and it was phenomenal. EC3 came down. First of all, James Storm hit first, and EC3 came down dressed as a cowboy, which was pretty funny. He came down. I recited some cowboy lines, sung some songs, and it was just fantastic. It was a great moment. Well, it wasn't a great moment, but it was really good. So James Storm took exception to it. He came down, and what ensued after was really good. EC3 and James Storm got into it, and then EC3 handcuffed James Storm to the ropes. And then he ensued in tearing him down. In Jim Ross's terms, he whipped him like a government mule. And I mean, he took his belt off and just whipped him repeatedly. Took James Storm's shirt off and just waylaid on him a good 20 something times, over 20 times. And it was fantastic. It was fantastic to see a heel do dastardly things, to do a dastardly thing. It was, refreshing, because we've gotten away from that a little bit in wrestling where, in today's era, the bad guy, they don't really put a whole lot of emphasis on bad guys being bad guys and doing bad things. And it was a phenomenal segment. I mean, even we had EC3 tripped over a studio guy, and just because he tripped over him, he started whipping the studio guy, and that was just hilarious. So, I mean, going back to EC3 and James Storm, I'm pretty sure we're having them face off at Slammiversary, and to be honest, James Storm is gonna get, his revenge back, but EC3 just turned heel and he's kind of on a roll here, so I wouldn't mind EC3 getting that win at most likely at Slammiversary and continuing his momentum. But back to the feud, it has just been great. The segment was great tonight. It's great to see a heel be dastardly and be heelish and just walk off like he didn't do anything. And it was a phenomenal segment tonight.